Hi Yvette, it's so nice to meet you. I really enjoyed watching your video, and I thought everything that you said was just absolutely on target and on point, and there's so much that I could pull from what you said and dissect it and just talk further on all that you said. But I wanted to start with person-centered therapy, which is personally my favorite out of all the therapies. I know there's quite a few that are really interesting and really beneficial for a multitude of clients. Like CBT is definitely a go-to for quite a few clients in different scenarios. It's still not a one-size-fits-all depending on the client and the situation, but it is, I think, one of those that are it's kind of more up there as far as across the board type of theory and therapy. But person-centered therapy is what you talked about, and I loved the analogy that you used about the germination of a seed and how you have to have the right environment for there to be growth, and for there to then, after the growth, be flourishing. And it has to be a healthy environment. There has to be nutrients. There has to be that soil that has been properly prepared for that seed and for the germination of that seed and eventually for the flourishing of that seed. And so looking at that in the lens of a clinician with a client, seeing how theory is so important to really set that soil for the germination, essentially, of the client's healing. And person-centered therapy, I think, does such a phenomenal job at that because, like you said, it really allows the client to drive. And I think one of the best things, pictures that I ever heard or was told by a professor was that it's very simple, but it's very picturesque and very on point, and that is that we are the passenger in the bus that the client is driving. They're the ones that are driving. We are not. And so sometimes the best things that we can say when we're in session with a client is to let them know, hey, we're not the expert of your story here. You're the one that's driving, so drive me where you want to go. And I think that's why it's so great that there's that collaborative approach with the treatment plans as well, which also kind of comes off of person-centered therapy, because again, you're bringing the client-centered therapy, you're bringing the client into therapy, not just having them sit down to talk about their issues or to talk about whatever life transition they're going through right now, but you're creating an atmosphere that becomes collaborative and ultimately communicates to the client that they are the center of this therapeutic relationship and they're the ones that are driving. And so I think, again, just to kind of sum up everything, person-centered therapy is such a phenomenal theory as the what would be the terminology to use, as just the property to use, really, to make that soil substantial and to just create that strong foundation moving forward for anything that's going to happen in that counseling session, and all sessions to follow, and just, again, just the enrichment of the therapeutic relationship. And again, just everything else that you talked about was on target, talking about even just boundaries and talking about, just action steps and just everything that we would do in a counseling session, the treatment plan, and just the collaborative approach that we have with our clients. It all comes back to really how important theories are. And it is true that we do need to know the client that we have in front of us, and we need to know what all the theories are so that we can know which one is most applicable to them and is going to get them to that final destination of their healing. So thank you so much, Yvette. Again, I loved watching your video and learning from you, and I can't wait to keep moving forward in this class with you and learning alongside of you. Take care. Bye-bye.